Hello, my name is Arnold, and you are welcome to my YouTube channel, Pawn to Pro, where we take you from beginner level to IM level. If you are new to chess, you have found the right channel. We'll continue our beginner lesson on the knight. The knight. So this is a chessboard, and the pieces are well placed and ready for the battle. So this is the rook, this is the knight, the bishop. So today we're on a knight movement. How the knight move. Knights are easily identified in a chess set by the fact that they usually look like a horse. They usually look like a horse. The knight has a special L-shaped way of moving. A special L-shaped way of moving. It always moves two squares in one direction, then one square to the left or right. So two square in one direction, then one square either to the left or to the right. So they can move this way, or you can move this way. So to go to the black knight, two squares in one direction and one square in the next. So two square. Some people find the knight movement easier to remember if they think of it as one script, then one diagonal, one script and one diagonal. So one script and one diagonal. So this is script and this is diagonal. This is script and this is diagonal. So from e5, you can think of going to script and diagonal, d7, script and diagonal, f7. So to goes with this one, script and diagonal. The knight has a special characteristics. It's the only piece that can jump over. It can jump over its own piece or enemy piece. So this knight here can jump over this piece and come to this square. This knight can jump over its own piece and come to this square. This knight can jump over its enemy piece and come to the square. So this knight can jump over its own piece and come to c6, from e5 to c4, from e5 to f2, from e5 it can go to this square, but then this square is being occupied by its own piece, so it cannot move there. The knight can move from e5 to g4, and from g4 it can then capture its enemy piece on this file. Another thing to remember about the knight is that the knight is more potent or more efficient when it's in the middle of the board. And when the knight is in the middle of the board, it have 8 squares in which it can move to. So the knight on d5 can move on 8 squares, 8 different squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 squares. When a knight finds itself on the H file or the A file, it is not as potent or efficient as when it's in the middle of the board. Here it's only 4 squares, no, 2, 3, and 4 squares. So there's a chess axiom that says that when the knight is on the rim could be here, here, this. So the rim could be the H file, the first ring, the A file, the eighth ring. These are all rim or edge of the bow. So then there's a chess adage that says that the knight on the rim is dim because it has less square in which you can move to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whilst if the knight was in the middle of the bow, you have 8 squares. 8 squares. So the knight is more potent when it's in the middle of the bow. Another thing about the knight is that when the knight is on a dark or light dark square, its next movement will be on a lighter square. So yeah, from a darker square to a lighter square, and then to a darker square, and then to a lighter square, and then to a darker square. So that's how you keep track of the knight. Because most beginners find it difficult to keep track of the enemy's knight. Notice that when the knight is on a darker square, its next movement is a lighter square. It's a lighter square. The knight is considered to be less powerful than the queen and the rook because of the few squares it attacks. The rook, as we did in our last video, move vertically and horizontally. So it covers most squares. The knight jump. So the knight, of course, the knight move on fewer squares, but one of its characteristics that is it jump over other pieces. So in a chess set, all the pieces have its own advantages and disadvantages or characteristics. The knight jump over other pieces. So its jumping ability make it invaluable as well. So everyone is valuable in their own right. Let's see if we carry out a few drills so that the knight movement may be solidified in your mind. As I said, one of the best drills to carry out is that you start the knight from the first rank and move it up to the last rank. So the knight is now on C1. It's on a lighter square. It moves in L shape. The knight is now on D3. And on a lighter square, its next squares will be a darker square in L shape. The knight is now on C5. Its next movement will be on a lighter square in L shape. The knight is now on D7. Its next square will be a darker shape, but L shape. That's how the knight movement. So if you can carry the knight movement out, that would be very much important for you. Another drill is that you could place enemy pawns here and here, and then you try capturing it with this knight on D1. So you have to plan it properly. Let's move this one on white square. Okay, one on black square, one on white square. So now, if your knight want to capture this enemy pawn, you have to calculate the movement in your mind, see how far you can go to get this pawn. So you go move this way. So you say you move this way, you move this way, you move this way. You miss it. So you have to know how you you take your knight to get this pawn. So move this way. The pawn will move this way, we'll move this way, move this way, and then we'll capture this pawn. Then how do we capture this pawn as well? Calculate again, move this way, move this way, move this way. So you have to go about it. So that how you practice the knight movement. Move this way, you move this way, and then you take the pawn. So you have to go over the knight movements over the bow to get it better, to understand more and more. You have to practice. Practice makes perfect. Let's do a few drills in a 2D version of the board. So this is a 2D version of the board. This is a knight, and you move in L-shaped form. And you move in L-shaped form, move in L-shaped form, move in L-shaped form. This is a knight there as well. So you move in L-shaped form as well. L-shaped form, L-shaped form, L-shaped form, L-shaped form. As I said, the knight can jump over other pieces. So you can jump over his own piece. And jump over pieces. That's a characteristic of the knight. Its jumping ability. To understand the movement of the knight, you must practice the movement over the bow, on a computer, practice this movement. Practice this movement and be conversant with it. Thanks for joining me on the knight movement, on how to move the knight on a chess game. Like and subscribe and follow so that you be available, so you get the my nice video on the bishop movement. See ya. Bye.